Hey guys, Zach here speaking to you from the Messy Man Cave. We talk about buying and selling and working on your fortune. So today, I just want to talk about, if you're thinking about getting into this buying and selling stuff, eBay, Craigslist, whatever, an interesting question might have occurred to you. Who the heck is going to sell you stuff cheaply so that you can make a profit? I mean, after all, if this crank phone here, or this old phone, this is actually made in the 70s, but if this old phone here is worth $100, $100 is the most you're probably going to get for it, right? I mean, no one's going to pay you $1,000 for a phone that's worth $100. So if it's worth $100's probably the most you're going to get, unless you get a couple of crazy bidders who are just trying to butt heads and get nuts on eBay. So if you can only make $100 on that phone, that means you've got to buy it from somebody for like 20 bucks or $50, whatever your comfort level is as far as profit. So who in the world is going to sell you a $100 phone for $20? Especially if they could just put it on eBay themselves and get 100 bucks. Fortunately, there are three types of people, and businesses fit into these categories too. But there are three types of people who will in fact sell you items cheaper than what they're worth. The first one is probably your most common. There's nothing wrong with dealing with these people. The other two, you're going to have to use your moral judgment, okay? But the first category is called don't wanters. These are people who just plain don't want their stuff anymore for whatever reason. If it's a business, maybe you're talking about, Halloween candy the day after Halloween. They don't want that stuff on their shelves, so they're sending it out the door for 75% off or whatever. For a regular person, maybe their garage is chock full of stuff and they can't get around in there, so they just get sick of it and they want that stuff out. Or maybe a guy inherits a house full of stuff from his parents. He wants to sell the property and he's got to get rid of all that crap so he can sell the house. Or maybe it's a woman whose husband ran away with the secretary, She doesn't want his golf clubs and his Jaguar and his Armani suit sitting there in the garage. She wants anything that reminds her of him out the door. So there are lots of reasons why people just don't want their stuff anymore, and they're happy to give you an awesome deal on it. They don't care if it's worth more than what they're getting. They just want it gone. The next type of person, moral judgment. The next type of person is a don't knower. All right? And these are people that will sell you things cheap because they have no idea what their items are worth. I mean, let's say this phone here was, it's a one of a kind. This is like the first prototype that, Thomas Edison had on his desk. And because you're knowledgeable about these things, you see that phone and you know right away that's a special item. You know right away that's highly collectible, worth a lot of money. And gee, they're asking $5 for it at the yard sale. Now it could be that they're don't wanters, and they know that the phone is special, but they just don't want it for some reason. Probably not. Most likely, they just don't realize that they have a treasure here. So was it wrong for you to buy that phone for $5 and then sell it for hundreds? I don't think so. I mean, there is nothing that actually has an inherent value. God did not point his mighty hand down at the earth and say, I decree that diamonds are worth more than rocks. Right? This is a decision that human beings have made. Human beings are the ones that place value on things. And as far as I'm concerned, if you own a piece of property, you get to ask whatever you want for that piece of property. Okay? If you have this awesome old phone, you can ask $5 for it. You can ask $10 million for it. It's your property. I don't care what you ask for it. All I care is it a good deal for me? And it's not my job to educate a seller on how much their products are worth. Okay? If you're selling stuff, it's your job to find out the value before you sell it. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. If I go to buy something from somebody and they're asking just a ridiculously low amount of money, I'll give it to them. I'll give them the money they're asking for. I'll get the product that I want. Then I'll turn around and make a profit. Does that make me a bad guy? It can't, because I'm not a bad guy. Now, the third type of person is the desperate person. All right? Your next door neighbor is about to lose his house to foreclosure. He's got a snowmobile in his garage that's worth $5,000. And he comes over to you and says, look, man, I am desperate. I'm about to lose my house. I have a snowmobile in my garage. It's 6 months old. It's worth $5,000. If you'll give me $1,500 cash right now, I will sell you that snowmobile. What's wrong with that? The guy's about to lose his house. By giving him the money, you are giving him what he wants. You're giving him the money to pay the mortgage and keep the darn bank from repossessing his house. You're helping him out. And then you're taking that snowmobile, you're selling it to someone for $4,000, you know, and this guy's happy because he got a $5,000 snowmobile for $4,000, and the money that's in the middle is your profit. So it's a win-win-win situation. Desperate people don't want their stuff. Desperate people want money for whatever the emergency is. And by giving them the money, as far as I'm concerned, you are helping them out. And I don't see anything wrong with the buying and selling business. No matter what categories a person is in, it's a win-win-win situation. The seller wants money, you give it to him. The buyer wants the product, you give it to him. And you get to make money in the middle. It's an awesome win-win-win situation. That's one of the reasons I love buying and selling so much. But again, you'll have to use your own morality. If you go to a yard sale and there's a pile of costume jewelry for $1 a piece and you find a real diamond ring in there, if your morality bothers you about that, go ahead and tell the seller, hey man, how much for this ring? $1? Guess what? This is a real diamond ring. It's worth way more than that. Let him charge you a bunch more money. It doesn't take any cash out of my pocket. I don't care. But if it makes you sleep better at night, just deal with the don't wanters and forget the other two. In any case, there's plenty of great deals out there. There's plenty of money to be made. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.